America has elected their 47th president, and it is Mr. Donald J. Trump. Here we are again. We're back to the shit show we had 8 years ago, right?
8 years.
Because the past four has been,
Biden.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because like the first time it happened, he got elected. It was like a fluke. People was like, "Holy snap!
Yeah,
he actually managed to do it."
Yeah.
Whereas this time around, it's like they knew what they were getting, and they just went even harder to make sure he got power.
Yeah.
So yeah,
landslide.
When I checked, it was like, I remember at one point it was like 220 something for Kamala, and then it was like 267 for Trump. So he was like 3 votes away from the 270 mark.
Yeah.
And then at one point I saw he had like 277. I don't know what the final result was, but when I saw he was on 267, my day was just like, ugh.
He won the House, the Senate. He got the popular vote. It was, when I looked at the map, when I looked at United States, it was pretty much red.
Yeah.
And when I started to look into it and just investigate, because I just wanted to kind of get a notion of how the feeling was in America at this moment in time. Mm-hmm. What I did notice is that a lot of Latino people, a lot of Latino men, and a lot of black men voted for Trump this year, which Democrats are usually, majority of black people vote Democrat.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting. So when I dug deeper, the general consensus was that he had hell of a marketing strategy with pertaining to how he addressed certain issues that they have in America. And it felt like Kamala Harris didn't do that.
Okay.
So what I gathered and what I got from it was they called Donald Trump a bigot, a racist, a fascist, all the names under the sun. But what I felt like America didn't really care about was all of that, and cared more about the economy. So when I heard that, I was like, well, that makes perfect sense to me, because when I think about what's happened here, even like, for example, I remember moving to this house here, Drizzy, and it was just before lockdown, actually. I was working, Lisa's working, and we got peas. We've moved here, we've got peas. Now, how we run it in this household is my wages just covers it all, right? Mm-hmm. Covers it all the utilities, all the overheads. And Lisa's money is our spending money and stuff like that for extra stuff. COVID lit, that whole thing popped down. It's my job that's holding it all down because I was furloughed. Obviously, when you work for yourself, it's going to be techie for you to move, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, fast forward, we've come out of the pandemic, and all of a sudden now, I don't have enough money anymore. I went to the petrol station. I'm going shopping now. Even to this day, like I'm just like, I don't have the access money that I usually have or used to have. So I'm looking at it in I say that to say, in America, that's the feeling that I get from the reason why they sided with Trump, because Trump dealt with issues or said that he's going to deal with issues to do with the common people, the middle class, and the Democrat elites, or was just basically trying to, use him as a scapegoat, why not to vote for him.
Yeah.
And that's what I gathered from it. I mean, I didn't even know that people were, which is why at the top of the show, we played the record Black Republicans. I didn't know black people were originally Republicans in America first. Yeah. And then the Democratic Party came in and because of the civil rights and certain things that happened, they kind of drifted over to being Democrats. So it's interesting to see the dynamics of now, how people are kind of like, okay, cool, we kind of don't care about all the stuff you say. We want you to now deliver. And obviously they got the border as well to do with immigration. That situation ain't good. You got a lot of people getting over there, and causing havoc. So I feel just like there's a definite shift. I don't know how long that shift's going to last. Whether now it's going to be a Republican Party for the foreseeable future, or the Democrats will step back in. But it was just interesting to kind of, because I'm not really into politics. I believe in him, so I really like. When it's not personal to me, I don't have a dog in the fight. I just like, I kind of like, I look to the Most High for my deliverance, basically, if you wanna say. But yeah, how do you feel about it? How do you feel?
Do you think the Most High condemned your actions in that chicken shop?
Wow.
I think he'll forgive me for that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
I've seen
I don't think
people.
anyone will.
I've seen people do less and not get into heaven. You know.
I just feel sorry for the man that
They had
went
to
in
clean it
to
up.
clean up.
Boy. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I think with Trump, it's just that, you have to. It's interesting because you have to look at the two parties and their campaign.
Yeah.
And then you could kind of pick out certain things and you're like, well, maybe in hindsight.
Shouldn't have done that.
Like, one of the big ones was like,
Meg.
no, the Meg thing makes sense because you want to appeal to that demographic. And Meg has an army behind her. And she's got a good documentary on Prime, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's not that. It's more a case of Biden should have given Kamala the alley-hoop earlier on. Maybe like towards the end of last year. He should have been like, so she has a run, like from March to now.
Because they just threw her in, innit, basically.
It's like, look, you know what? I'm falling asleep every time I'm doing these interviews.
Slurring my words.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Falling upstairs.
This is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So
how do you fall upstairs? I've fallen down, but
I think the irony is that people always complain about how the justice system isn't fair in regards to I've done my time, I've paid my dues.
Yeah.
Now I want opportunity to do better in my life. If you're a felon, there's certain things you can't vote.
Yeah.
If you're a felon, you can't vote.
Yeah. Is that? I didn't know that.
If you're a convicted felon, you can't vote.
Right.
This motherfucker's a convicted felon and he's now president.
Yeah.
So now it's like, on the job applications, you need to take that off. You need to take that off. Because if I've served time and I'm trying to get a job, you can't then have me ticking, yes, I'm a felon. I have felonies. You can't do that because the president is a convicted felon.
But we spoke about this before. Once you earn a certain amount of money and you're in a certain bracket of the elites, which they are, you kind of, in general, get away with anything.
Right. Which, great segue. You had Elon Musk at this guy's rallies.
Yeah. Yeah, Trick there too. Trick was there for
like,
his thing.
You have Elon Musk there. Like, you don't think Elon Musk has the most to gain from this guy being in power?
Of course.
In the office, sorry.
Of course.
You got flipping, this guy had Hulk Hogan running out.
Ripping shirts and that.
Like, what we doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so, I think America's at a tipping point now where they're just caring all about lining their pockets.
But hasn't it always been like that?
It has, but they've been a bit more cute with it. Whereas now it's just like a dog eat dog. This guy had someone in his party go on live national TV news and say the Latino community in Springfield are eating the cats and dogs.
I remember that.
What happened? The backlash from that was the Latino community in that area, Springfield, were now fearing for their lives because people are trying to assault them, verbally abusing them.
Yeah.
Some people had to call their worker, look, I can't come in because there's 2-3 cars outside my house, wait for me to walk outside. All of that. You're putting these people's lives at risk. To then, when they push Trump on it, Trump's like, well, that's what I was told from my guy, that this is what's happening. And he was leading with that in his rallies as well. To then go back to the source, and the source that says on news, I lied. But it's not about the lie that I told, it's about the fact that we want to protect the American people. Sir, you lied on a community of people and put their lives at risk, and you're not taking no accountability for it. Your response is, I did lie, but I lied I lied to protect the American people. Bullshit. And those are the same people that went out and voted for this guy. And guess what? Here's the flipping, what do you call it at the end of a joke? The punchline. He said, if you're an illegal immigrant, you're gonna have to get the fuck out of this country.
His
if you lot don't think he's buttered you lot to take your votes and kick you out, you got a damn thing coming.
But then all right. This is how I think about it, right? I might be wrong.
Good.
But if you come to any country, especially westernized country, England, America, whatever, and you want to work and you want to add to the economy, I fuck with you.
Yeah, of course.
You're going to come and lick down people and do a madness, and then I think you should go home. I remember back in the day, I was born in the 70s, right? Late 70s, right? It shows my age. But I remember when a bunch of Jamaicans, my people came over, we all got along and we all kept it moving.
Oh, no, sorry to interrupt you. You need to stop saying my people. You refer to Jamaicans because you've never been Jamaica.
Don't do that.
Stop. Just say Jamaicans.
when
those identify as Jamaican.
When my mum's people came over.
Pronouns Jamaican.
When my mum's people came over. The majority of them came over and worked. Then you had the Yardies. And the Yardies were on ninja bikes, shooting up
Listen to Ninja Man.
running up the thing.
They own a girlfriend called Shelly.
The government said, we had enough of this shit and got rid of them. And my mum and dad, I don't know what the expression on their face was, but I'm guessing they were relieved.
Okay. Right. Now, when you say it like that, cool.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is that it depends what the system and how the system's set up in regards to the application system for getting a green card and this and the third. A lot of people do arranged marriages, get their visa, this, that, and the third. If there's something clear where it's like, look, like for example, when I go to America, when they're checking my passport and that, the guy at custom always says to me, excuse me, sir, can you just confirm your reasonings for visiting America?
Yeah.
This only happened after, God bless the dead, 9/11.
Right.
And I traveled a couple months after 9/11. So it was within months. It was still within a year. It wasn't even a year since it happened.
Yeah.
And brother, that is the most tense customs check I have done.
Yeah, but you're lucky you wasn't Muslim, because they would, at that time, if you was Muslim, you weren't going nowhere, bruv. They were on necks. I remember
turn around and go back.
We went Las Vegas not too long after that.
Yeah.
And my brethren, shout out to Crisis, my good boy, he's from his people are from like Egypt and that. Yeah. But him and his family traveled to Iran at some point, and that was on his passport. Yeah.
Turn around.
We went Vegas. He was stuck in customs for about 3 hours. Yeah. I said, we see you at the hotel room, boy.
Yeah. If you make it.
Like that. Because this is my stag and I'm not.
I got 3 hours to waste. Yeah. I'm going to go get my chips. I'm going to go to the pool. I'm having a good time, brother. You sound like you're in a crisis. You're in a crisis, bro. Sorry, brother. That's not a good choice of nicknames right now, bro.
So it gets techie.
Yeah, but I think that
it gets techie.
I'm with you where it's like, look, people leave their country sometimes out of fear.
Of course.
Everyone's situation is different. And there's some people who leave their country to come over here or America for a better way of life. They're there to study. They want to be a doctor. They want to live the quote unquote the American dream. Yeah. I don't even know what the equivalent of that is over here. We don't have like, what's the equivalent to the American dream over here?
Just
Jesus Christ. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But it's like Yo, on the subject of NHS, you know what I found out the other day? You know what I found out about the NHS the other day? The king charges them to park their ambulances in certain areas.
What are you talking about?
He charges them to park where they park. So he's earning P off a struggling on its knees establishment.
This is the problem. What I do like about the Western countries, the westernized countries, is that there is some sort of democracy where people can make decisions on who they want in power. My problem is the people that are in power, both sides, ain't good.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So yeah, you can.
We need to filter out the bad eggs.
You could say Donald Trump is one thing, but Joe Biden ain't clean either, bro.
No. But I think the surprise is none.
Joe Biden will tell you if you don't. Joe Biden will tell you, bruv, if you don't vote for me,
us,
you're not black.
Yeah, I get that. And again, that's just
what kind of racist shit is that?
That's a tactical, because he's basically saying our party has always been representing you guys. So if you don't vote for us, they don't like us.
But our party has been representing you guys. Yeah. In what way? I don't know. Like, I just feel like.
But the thing is, is that
facts.
The confusing thing for me is
Kendrick Lamar is Trump, and Drake is Kamala Harris, because it was a clean slate and no one could argue with that, bruv. That was a battering in the polls.
Yeah.
In the polls, he got murdered. And that's the thing about it. They were telling me as well, it was even. So when I was online I was looking at YouTube updates and stuff like that leading up to the election, and they were like, it's balanced. When the numbers came out, I said, what? Yeah, but
there was a point in the campaign where she was clear.
That's what they told us.
No, but there was a point, there's if the election was to happen tomorrow,
the honeymoon period when they decided that she was going to be...
When she got announced, there was she's already overseen stuff.
Right.
This guy clearly says what comes to mind. So she was clear, but...
Didn't Kamala Harris put a bunch of people in jail?
No, that's incorrect. You see, you need to do your research.
I'm asking.
No, that's incorrect.
I'm going to ask the question again.
Right, okay.
Didn't Kamala Harris put a bunch of people in jail for selling weed?
No, Kamala Harris put people in jail based on, I want to say her personally, but whatever party she was involved... She put people in jail, but they were saying she put people in the hundreds of thousands in jail, and it was it's about 100 or less people. They skewered the numbers as part of their ploy. You know what politicians do. Right. Tit for tat. You say something about me, I'm gonna say something about you, exaggerated as it is. But the thing is, some of the things that she had in her, her. What she's going to do, her plan was new business owners or small business owners, you're going to have access to a kitty of cash to help keep you afloat and also to help you try and expand and stuff like that. Right. First time home buyers putting $25K and stuff like that to start. So there was things there, but again, it's the other guy rambles, but it just seems like his ramblings a bit more there's more conviction in his ramblings. Even if he's going to tell you, I'm going to fly you to the moon, you'll be like, no, you ain't. But it's the way he drops it. You're like, all right, cool.
The problem I have with politicians in general is that they never seem to answer questions when asked.
Yeah.
And they have certain words that they use to actually answer something, but not really answer it. So a lot of the time, it's just a bunch of word salads. And I saw Trump and Kamala Harris do that.
Yeah.
What I noticed, though, was... Trump going on Rogan and Joe Rogan, and was a lot more open in conversation. Yeah. Where I'd like to have seen Kamala go on there and have a chat with Rogan and that as well, and kind of be a little bit more, human. Do you know what I mean? Because this is what they do. They just give you they tell you what they want you to hear, but they're not
like Love Island.
Facts. Yeah. But it's like. Which leads me to another question. It's is now legacy media going to be the thing of the past? Because it's our parents just hung on everything that the BBC and all of the news networks just said. We're generation. I don't know what are you, generation?
I'm generation.
Part of the baby boom.
I'm generation now, then and forever.
1940s? Yeah. 1940s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's when I was born.
I'm generation X. Yeah, I'm our
So
generation.
my generation has numbers and yours is letters. You're part of the alphabet crew.
Our generation just seemed to be a bit more wiser or open or a little bit more savvy with what politicians say to us. We look into things more.
Yeah, but I think that's an access thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
because
okay.
our
yeah,
parents,
I hear that.
Our
No, I hear
parents,
that.
their form of news was
Just the
through
only
TV.
form of news.
Just that or in print,
Right.
newspaper.
Right.
Whereas us now, we can fact check.
We got the
almost
net.
everything.
Yeah, we got the net still.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got access to books that have been created in the last 2 decades. So it's like, when Bill Clinton was in power, when Tony Blair was in power, someone within their cabinet does a tell-all book, because it's all about telling all in your books, right?
Yeah.
Bunch of chatty patties, and they're letting you know, and then you can fact check like, well, he said he did this, and I just think politicians aim too high. Like if I was running for Prime Minister of the United Kingdom or England, I would be like, I would have 15 things I want to do.
Right.
But I'm only saying publicly 5.
Right.
I want to do this, and this. I want to shake up the educational system. That's point 1. 2, I want to make sure that if you have been working for a certain period of time and you've been paying tax for that certain period of time, you know what? When we get these foreign whoever's coming over and buying land and building up places, these locals have first dibs. You can't tell me our parents have been living in some of the worst areas in London.
Yeah.
And to the point they actually gentrified it in their own way by making it acceptable to live there. And these some of my bitches just come over and go, wow, these guys really made this place look nice.
Yeah.
Let's get them out. Let's bring in these new hippies and all that stuff. No disrespect to hippies because they live a good life, but let's bring in these new generation of people that are benefiting from the hard work that our parents did to make it a community and make it a livable area. That's not happening no more. Gentrification is going to happen. The people that have been living there for decades have the opportunity to benefit from how nice this little area is looking at. I'd have things like that. If you've been working for time, like I always say, and Joe, I said this to Joe earlier, if you earn a certain paycheck, say 60K or less a year, every January is tax-free. If you earn 60K or more, you're getting taxed.
I'd vote for you, bro.
Like, there's little things like that. Like, just things like that. We need more social areas.
Yeah.
We need social areas. So when Shia gets a certain age, he's like, yeah, daddy, I want to go out somewhere, and you're like, oh, Shia, I'm a bit busy. When he goes, all right, Dad, I'm just going to go down to the local social center. And you know full well they got either a little indoor football thing, they got a little table tennis thing, they got, is it padding?
Yeah, badminton or whatever, tennis.
All of that there.
Extracurricular activities.
They're there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And one of the local legends from the ends who's either been on a badness and turned his life around or has always been championing how what did Whitney say? I believe the children are the future. You put these type of people there.
Could you make it that you're allowed to marry more than one woman?
We'll have to look in. That might be the other 10 or 15.
You could have like a maid.
What type of maid?
Gams, don't look at me like
but Gams, you could have a butler.
I saw Gam's eyes burning through my...
You sure?
I'm all right.
All right. Sorry, Skepta. Don't send your application in. But so, things like that. But then in the background, I would have my other 10 things that I can work on. So when I've chipped away the 5, I said publicly, and you're like, oh, wow, this guy has really been ticking off what he said. When I've done my 5, I'm already working on my other 10.
Right.
But they always go, here's the 20 things I want to do. But 4 years ain't enough.
But this is my thing. I feel like what you've just said to me and what Trump has said to America has been more understandable and more relatable.
There's clarity to
it. He's appealed to the working class people, and the working class people make up the
they're just like
the population.
Run me my money. I just want money in my pocket.
Shit. And
the times we're in now,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Airlines are now telling you, well, you can book a flight, and you're like, wow, that's a nice price. Oh, sorry, we forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
If you want to bring on luggage, then we're gonna. That's all part of the pandemic.
Bro, it's just, bro, as I said to you before, the cost of living is mad. Like, I always had peas, and now I'm living from month to month, bro. That's how it is, bro.
It might have to be an OnlyFans thing, you know?
Jesus Christ.
Brother, what we doing?
Quickly before we move, the meltdown from the Democrats is priceless. I've been on TikTok for about 2 days. I've seen women scream. I've seen women said that they're going to divorce their men. I've seen a lot of like freaking out. Yeah. And I'm like, all right.
I think
he was president 4 years before and the world didn't end. So
yeah, but I think it's some of his policies, especially when it comes to like the
abortion
and that. I think that's one of the main things that women. That's why Kamala almost wiped the floor with him in regards to women voters.
But you see what the abortion. But you see what the abortion thing is. A lot of that is to do with the states individually. That's not a federal thing.
Right.
So leading with that again got her into trouble because it's almost like fear. It's like putting fear in. If you don't vote for me, this man's gonna just take away all your rights.
But then on the flip side, because you're right, they're both playing to the chords of the people.
Yeah.
But he was leading the type of shit he was spewing as well was almost like he's saying.
He said,
we're taking that away from you.
Did he say, what did he say? Puerto Rico's garbage? Or did he say?
He had a comedian say like, yeah, have you ever seen that big bit of garbage in the sea? Oh, that's Puerto Rico. Bro. Yeah. Anyway. But good luck.
Yeah, But you say
Peace
that.
be with you.
You say good luck to them, but we are their allies.
That's why I pay attention.
Yeah.
That's why I pay attention because there's going to be ramifications.
There's going to be ramifications, yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Should be love. Fight for